Happy
Happy
Monday.
Monday.
Echo somewhere.
Echo somewhere.
I'm about to fix
I'm
it.
about to fix it.
Happy Monday,
Happy
everybody.
Monday,
Welcome
everybody.
to
Welcome to
another lean for the
another.
Real Housewives of Potomac. We're here for episode 12. We are getting through this season. I'm so glad. I know y'all are so glad.
Barely,
Huh?
barely getting through the season.
What we episode 12? I don't really know what it is. Danny, we can't see you, by the way. I don't know if
Wait,
you.
I don't know if you.
You can't
It's
see
you.
me?
It's you.
And it's you with the
And
echo,
it's you
too,
with
by
the
the way.
echo too.
Let me leave and come back.
Okay. We're gonna let Danny get his low budgetness together. And while he gets that together, we're gonna continue with the show. But Asia, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's Monday, we're almost
Mm,
our trip is coming up soon. We're ready to see everybody.
mm,
And
mm.
you good?
Yes, I can't wait.
You good, Danny?
Is this better?
Yeah. No echo. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. I was just like, ooh,
I realized I had the show open on my phone, and it's
oh.
probably the mics, the sound from there.
Yeah, I like hearing myself, but I don't like listening to myself like that. I was like, ooh, no.
You needed the earpiece in, so when the artists be hearing themselves, that's what you really needed, Danny.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. My son Derek's in the chat. Get ready to celebrate his birthday tomorrow. Okay.
My birthday
Number
tomorrow.
90, number 92.
Oh, ooh, 992. Kevin's in the chat. Sammy's in the chat. If you're in the chat, let us know that you're watching. Obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and start the IG live in a second. I don't want them to miss out on the show, but I always try to wait because they only get an hour to watch it, then they snatch it. So, with that being said, make sure I hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. A lot of things going on. I think I mentioned last week that the reunion for this is being filmed in 2 weeks, around the week of the 21st, I believe is the date or something like that. I have not. I think I've heard what the color is, but I'm not really sure. A lot of things that have happened over the last few days. I mean, obviously this is not Potomac related, but I heard that Candy ain't coming back to Atlanta, and I was like, "Ooh, child!" Some of us are excited, some of us are not, but hey,
Are you excited about it?
very.
Yeah, I was like, thank God.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Sammy, but
Yeah.
you said, oh,
It's almost like the end of an era to me. Like, we don't have no more Nene, no more Portia, no, you know what I mean? Like, Kenny the only one there, and so it's like the end of an era. Regardless of how you feel about Candy, she did a lot on the show.
No, I agree. That she did a lot of nothing. I agree.
She activated. She yelled when she had that red hair. Maybe she brought her red wig back.
But I'm gonna miss not anymore because it's old, but I'm gonna miss mostly the things that her and her family and her team brought. Because I feel like her team gave us the moments that I can be like, that was Candy, but it really wasn't Candy.
Mama Jo and Carmen feud was epic.
Correct. She had some good moments.
Yeah,
and then we also found. Go ahead.
That was 17 years ago.
That was a while ago.
To be exact.
We also found out that the case between Michael Darby and Candace was dismissed.
Right in time
with prejudice. She can't refile. He can't refile.
And so I think she was like, he said he got exactly everything he deserved. What he wanted or so he deserved, which is nothing. Or something like there was some whole post. It actually was hilarious, but happy for her.
I don't ever think he thought he was going to win. I think he just wanted her to waste money on lawyer fees. I think he's that petty.
Well,
but she's not wasting money. Her mom has so much that.
Well, I'm just saying, he's just glad that they got to spend it.
Yeah, but she spends it gleefully. Like she gleefully spends money that she doesn't even have to get.
Yeah. So. This was actually I'm from what I'm hearing, it was supposed to be an announcement for the reunion, but somebody got their hands on it, a stickiness, and put it out there. It wasn't me, although I did know, but it wasn't me this time, and so they had to go ahead and break the news about that whole thing. So it's out there.
Probably Ashley.
I found out 2 weeks ago, but actually 3 weeks ago maybe. This been it been happening, but maybe it was. Ashley, like she don't know anything about the show, so I mean, how should really know? Right? I'm sorry, she like she don't know anything about the case, so according to her, she wouldn't know, right? Okay, y'all, let's get into actual Potomac currency because we have some things to discuss. This episode was not bad. It was actually a little better than some of the more previous ones. I will say a lot of talking pieces, and we're we're moving into a new realm of drama, kind of, where it kind of like it's not sort of. We phasing out of talking about Candace and Robin. We phasing out of talking about Candace and Gizelle. We're moving more into a Karen Gizelle possible thing, and then Mia and Karen. Karen has spent this entire season trying to get everybody on one accord, but we seem to have forgotten. I did forget that her and Mia are actually not okay because they started the season out. You know, she started with her handshakes and stuff like that, but they're kind of going back down this path. And it looks like, you know, Robin, and what I predicted last week was that Rob was going to make something, try to make fetch happen with this photo in the phone. So let's get into it. So last week we talked about Gizelle and Ashley's Athleisure line, G&A, Gizelle and Ashley. So stupid. That is a horrible name. I don't get it. I don't get it. And in this whole scene, they invite Mia to invite Robin, just all the girls in that little clique, as they talk about, you know, they look through all these different fabrics, try to find the right fabric. They want to support coochie sweat. And they want to make sure that they can maybe add some more fabrics or something in there to absorb coochie sweat. You know, Mia says she has it in front, she has it in the back. Mia says, not only are my feet big, but I sweat like a whole man anyway. So hey, like I sweat. And so she talks about the Surrey County invite. And with the invite, Ashley tells Mia exactly how, they talk about Surrey County, and Ashley lets Mia know that Karen was really upset about her response to the text messages about the whole invite. And so then they get on to talking about Wendy's invite, and then Ashley thinks that Nneka was not invited, but the girls remind her that Nneka was actually invited. It's almost like Ashley was kind of ready for some mess. She kind of wanted her to not be invited to see what kind of mess would come from that, but turns out she actually was invited. She was added to the group thread or something like that. It wasn't the secondhand invite or second. It just, I guess the invite came to Nneka at some point, and Ashley didn't know. But Nneka's husband Ike was not invited. And this is because I guess the husbands have their own thread too, and he was not on them. So any quick thoughts on this scene related to the clothing line, related to the invite situation? I know neither of you two were here last week. So any thoughts on that? The clothing line, the invite, anything?
The only thing I have to say is the coochie sweat is like that. Put panties on. We don't need it built into the leggings. It's stupid. It's very dumb, and you can tell somebody didn't study textiles, and that's why they had Joanne Fabrics and not in New York.
Yes. And okay. I really expected Gizelle to be picking up some taffeta or something, because that's how tacky she is.
They filmed it. They edited it out, allegedly.
She said they did what?
I said they filmed her picking out some taffeta. They just edited it out.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Jenny?
That was it, baby.
We have nothing. Okay, we'll move on past that. We're gonna, as I mentioned, we're gonna see their event is where their little G&A event for the little fashion show, whatever it is they have, and that's coming up. That's actually the event that the fight happened at. But I mean, obviously, it was the event happened, then the fight happened, which was later. So we'll get to that too. We see Nneka, and Nneka has a champagne situation called Beta, I believe. Is it her? Is it her collection? Is that what it is? Am I not? She said it's not. She said it's not from Champagne, France, but it's like some kind of lamba, like imitation wine champagne. I don't know what
wine. It's probably from just Napa.
Okay. Okay. Well,
it's just Napa.
That's cute for her. I don't think we knew that. But who comes to visit is Lebby. Now Lebby is supposed to be the friend of Wendy's sister that got all this mess started. We heard now perfect timing. It would have been nice to see Lebby earlier. I'm just saying, because I think somebody even mentioned like bring Lebby on, but I mean this is like 10 episodes later, and it's like I really don't want to hear anything about this storyline, the witches, the doctors, the curses, Lebby, anything at this point. So Lebby's there. But Nneka is talking to Lebby about how she first of all, she's getting ready for her unpacking party. Last week, myself and Antonio we didn't drag her, but we just kind of curious as to why Nneka didn't have anything in her house. Like, as I said last week, an unpacking party for housewives is just so unfabulous. It's just not a thing that I just want to see as an event. But not only does she not have furniture and only a bed frame, but she also don't have no stove. And I was just like, I felt kind of bad. Like, am I being a little too harsh last week? But hearing that she don't have no furniture, no mattress in the guest room, and no stove, should she even be having anybody in that house?
She got less than Ashley.
Maybe she needs to be getting her liability insurance increased because it seems like a hazard zone. I don't know. I'm just saying, it was just it was iffy to me. But basically, she talks about the invite and says, Levy says, well, the only kind of insinuating that the only reason she was invited was because it was Wendy's turf. This is Wendy's invite to the Happy Eddie event, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But she does mention that she wants to extend an olive branch and she wants to have a one-on-one sit down with Wendy at some point. Danny, what are your thoughts?
I just don't know if that's genuine or not. The desire to have the sit down. And we'll talk about it more later on. But if I was Wendy, I'd be cautious too with it. And Lebe, just go. Like, if we didn't get you in the beginning, we don't need you now. Like, them 10 seconds that you was on, it did nothing but annoy me. And all this stuff about you're on Wendy's turf. You're not on Wendy's turf. You're not at Wendy's house. You're at a neutral place, if anything. You're like at a neutral spot, that doesn't belong to Wendy. So, girl, go. And Nneka shouldn't be throwing nothing. But no sink, no fridge, no furniture.
I don't even know why is she in there. Why is she? It's not done.
Why did the toilet even got flushers?
No, it does not flush.
See,
this is quite sad.
I know I made fun of Gizelle for her construction zone, but Gizelle at least could live in it. She had a stove, and even it might have been white, but she had one. So I just Nneka need to go on. She is not showing nothing lavish. We went from Candace's fabulous Mother's Day event to this.
A house with no sink, no stove.
Unpacking party. Unpack what?
She's wedding gifts from when they get married a year ago.
Where's she gonna put them? She ain't got no shelves to lay stuff on. Like where you gonna put it? Where is her scooter?
Where is her toilet flusher? Damn, how are you getting? Where is the? I don't know. Asia,
nothing.
Amanda, I agree. Like she should be. I just no. Like no.
She's not even
as your first event, you want people to come over and unpack things that you were gifted 2 years ago. And mind you, you don't even know what's in those gifts. I mean, not everybody gives great gifts. So why are you having who cleared this? Who cleared this?
They rushed her on the show because she ain't even moved in. They rushed her into that house so she can say, "Oh, I live in Potomac."
They rushed her on the show so she can talk about somebody's mom being a witch and cursed. And they should have made sure she had some furniture. They could at least took her down a room to go and put something in those rooms.
They could have got a stager, but they could have got a stove. They didn't even give her an advance to get a stove.
She could have called court furniture.
Like, bravo. If you're going to have somebody take down somebody who wealthy and good with their money, a lawyer and a doctor, like, let them at least have they wine line out already. Like, let them have something. She had nothing. She's nothing.
It's many other things to unpack on this show, and wedding gifts from 2 years ago is not one of them. So I'll move forward.
I'm gonna call it Neverland. When I see Chateau Nneka, I'm gonna call it Chateau Nneka. But
it'll never be Chateau Nneka.
Nneka's Neverland.
This scene was small, but it was Candace and Chris. They are talking about Wendy's event, and Chris is just talking about how he hasn't seen Gizelle and Ashley for over and over since the New York reunion. The reunion in New York, and he just kind of has some doubts about it. But I mean, he's gonna obviously go. Any thoughts on this between Chris and Candace? Nothing there, right? Chris did look like he gained a little weight in this scene. I did see later on,
it don't look bad on him though.
No, but who? No, he did gain a weight. I'm saying it to the comment that Gizelle said.
Well, let's because I want to get her ass for that. So
yeah, Gizelle made that comment, so I was like, I didn't see it. I hadn't watched the episode yet. When I saw her comment, then I watched the episode. I was like, oh, because he replied and was like, I've dropped 12 pounds. So he ain't never really been like no small person. But he just had man weight, so it's like
he a grown man with 3 kids.
It look good on him.
Like 7 or something.
Okay, like, Daddy, you want a piece?
Huh?
She does. That was the whole setup of it. Anyway.
No, I said, Dan. I'm like, Danny, you want a piece? You say it look good on him like 2 times.
I'm saying it looks good on him.
I
don't want Candy man. I don't want Candy's man, honey. I don't want that smoke.
Danny was acting like Gizelle for a second there, huh? I ain't even peep it.
I don't want him taking you in the room, making you uncomfortable, child. I don't want you coming to tell
Asia, we all right. Please don't never say I act like that woman again.
I don't want no smoke, Danny. My bad.
All right, so let's get to some good juicy stuff. So Wendy and Eddie. So Eddie's having his Happy Eddie event. And what I like the most about this, and it really made me smile, was when we have Happy Eddie, which came from those accusations of him flirting with all these women and stuff like that. But then he also incorporated Zen Win. I thought that was just so cute because I mean, this is from the show. And I was like, this is cute. So I mean, they have the event. Now they're told, I guess they came thinking that maybe they were going to be rolling some stuff, but apparently when they get there, they find out they're not really going to be rolling anything. Because the I guess the event planner or the person that is over the whole cannabis situation there, the lady says that she didn't want to scare anybody, so they're not going to actually be doing that. So Candace and Chris arrive first. Candace is not staying; she has to go film a scene for the show Hush that she's on. Or was it a movie? It's a show.
It's a show.
Right? Okay. But Chris is staying. She does get her little weed box and takes it to the car. And so Ashley arrives. She says she wants to stay away from Chris. She don't even want that in her in the atmosphere. She don't even want to speak to him. So I'm like, cool. You should probably stick to that. Karen arrives. He's
probably happy about it.
He's probably not worried about an Ashley or Gizelle. I'm pretty sure he's perfectly fine. So Karen arrives. There's kind of a bit of a little tension because obviously Sharice is just like, and then Mia's like, But it was kind of weird. It's almost like it was a cloud that kind of came over the group when she came in. But she sat down and she goes straight to Mia. She gives her a handshake because she says she ain't giving her no hug because she's still doing baby steps with her from the beginning of the season. She gives her a handshake and she goes right to her and is like, okay, let me just address you right now. And when she addresses her, Mia is just like, what is this about? Are you talking about the secondhand invite? She's like, well, actually, you're not even firsthand. You're an extra. You're right. You were an extra. What you say? What was it?
I just heard she wasn't the one or the two.
Basically, she said you're not
a last resort or something like that.
Yes, a last resort, or it was something like that. Mia is just like, whoa. So they kind of go back and forth. Well, go ahead. You got something, Danny?
No, I think she said you're the backup.
Yeah, it was something like that. Basically, like you ain't the one or the two. You ain't even the backup. Okay, so Taylor said the backup. They go back and forth, and Mia's just like what? Like, why are you so mad? Because I didn't want to go to boring ass Surrey County. And Karen, first of all, you're not gonna talk about Surrey County. You are not gonna talk about Surrey County. I don't know why she said that, but she was like, it's much better than your boring ass life. So the ladies hear it. Ashley's confused on why she's so volatile. I'm like, obviously you didn't hear what Mia just said. She said her boring ass Surrey County, so she replied the way she did. And she tells her she's an old dog, will find new tricks. And Karen tells her, well, you are the trick. And I'll stop right there before Gizelle gets there because I wanted to talk about that more too. But what were y'all thoughts seeing, her Karen go right to Mia and address her on the text messages and how it escalated into being called a trick and, things like that. Because as we mentioned last week, as I said, I did agree I understand what Mia is, where she's coming from, because who wants to feel like they're a second resort, right? Personally, if you invite me some last minute, you can't expect me to come or you can't expect me to move when you want me to move. Like I'm the same way. So I understood her like being upset at that. But what were y'all thoughts? Because I know y'all didn't talk. We talked about it last week, but y'all went here. Asia.
I don't even acknowledge late invites. So I get 100% what Mia was saying. And then this is what I was saying about Mia being a little bit more interesting as the season goes on. But I like that Karen was just like quick in responding to everything Mia had to say. And this is the type of like petty banter that I would prefer on the show. So I thought it was good. And I feel like Mia was waiting for Karen to bring up the like NFL player or something, or the boy, like, I feel like Mia's like, if we're gonna talk about something, let's talk about my real dirt so I can hurry up and divorce my man. So I was sitting on the back burner waiting for Karen to bring that part up, which she did. And I think Mia was too. Just how like Robin was saying she was waiting for somebody to bring up her Juan situation. I really felt in that moment Mia has been waiting for Karen to bring up this like other man situation. That's what I got from it. Maybe I'm thinking too deep in it, but I liked the banter. It was good little spar.
Danny?
So I'm on Mia's side when it comes to the last minute invite. I don't think that Mia should have felt though like she was a second option or a second choice, because it's not like Karen purposely picked like, I want you to go. You know, she says she was doing her names out of a hat. Whether that really happened or not is, you know, is questionable. But since she presented it, that's how she was doing it. And two of them couldn't go. Two of them were not going. She had room for two more. So I don't think it should have been upset about that. But I would have declined the last minute invite too. And Surrey County looks boring. Mia was not wrong.
I mean, you know, we've seen it many times.
What
but I mean,
they got one stoplight.
But they weren't going for anything like that, though. I mean, they were going to support Karen.
Did they only go down?
Let's not act like, because didn't Wendy and Mia go and support Karen in Surrey County for something else last year?
Yeah, when they left Candace's cabin. That was maybe 2 years ago.
They went to support her. So I mean,
yeah. That was the season when Robin was patting her stuff.
Maybe so, yeah. They were still cordial and cool. They were okay.
And being that she'd been to Surrey County once, probably why she's not in a rush to go back there.
Yeah.
Like I said, Asia's right.
I mean, yeah.
No, I said Asia's right. They was playing tennis with the
invite. I'm not going to accept it regardless. Like personally,
yeah.
If I feel like I wasn't the first option, any kind of thing, you know, personally, I am inclined to decline if I want to. That's just how I feel.
And you guys have to decline because I don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
What I really want, though, Karen, to stop assuming that everybody's going to have the same enthusiasm for going to Surrey as she does. And she acts like it's such an honor and a privilege. Like, I get that you're proud of where you're from, but don't expect everybody to have that same enthusiasm, you know, all the time, and don't get offended when they don't.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't she just be honest and say, like, I was purposely trying to get these people together so they can hash their stuff
so we can talk. Mm-hmm.
You think that's what it was?
I know. Yes. Gizelle and Candace and Wendy and Ashley.
Robin,
yes, that's against two.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah, she purposely was trying to get the conversation going. That's why she picked them, which was fine. But I wish she would have just said that. And it would have made Gizelle's like declining the invite just more like, yeah, we know why you ain't coming. And you knew the reason we had you coming.
Well, she shot herself in the foot when I know she said she talked about the liability insurance and stuff like that. She probably should have just not said anything other than she's having the event. I don't know what she could do, but what she said, she said she's pulling names out of a hat. And then I'm pretty sure that she never found that hat to pull the names out of. She just chose.
Robin gave her.
She chose the people that she wanted to go, maybe to help to resolve their issues. And then one person declined. And then she was like, "Oh well, let me just go ahead and invite everybody." The liability insurance went up. I think that was some bull in terms of that. I don't think that was some truth, but the liability insurance for the house. That's what she said on the show. She said that it was a certain amount. And then when she sent the second invite, she was like, she was able to increase it. That's why they were able to be invited. So it was a lot of things. I love me some Karen, but it was like, okay,
because the house is basically a construction zone.
Basically, it's because it's a construction zone. It's like an area where, you know, people could be hurt, and so that's what she was saying.
So it's Nneka's house.
It was just, I mean,
I wonder if Nneka got some.
What was Gizelle's?
It was a mix between Nneka and Gizelle's house.
What was Gizelle's liability insurance? Because I mean, they was in the driveway. Some could have slapped somebody across the head.
That stairwell to heaven could have fell on them.
That's the way.
Well, in that instance, you know, most time we have, if something would have failed while the contractors are working, the contractors usually have to provide their own insurance when they work. So if they would have hurt her, they could have got paid by them.
I agree with this too. Taylor says obvious production set this up, and Karen had to. I think production did get involved, and then it makes her look like she had to go back and do something. Because I think who she wanted. I don't see Karen as somebody to, be like, okay, and it's not enough coming. Let me invite some more girls. I think she only wanted those girls there, but it was a reason or not. And I think that had to include the others for what it was. So
she would have been fine with Candace and Wendy.
I think she would have actually. She's done plenty of events in Surrey with 1 or 2 people. So I don't think she really wants. I don't think
she actually likes those two.
Of course, yeah.
She really don't like Robin, clear. And Gizelle, she can live with not and live without. She spars with.
That's her frenemy.
Yeah.
They did go in, Derek. They went in. The family was in there too. They were inside at first, and then they went out and started messing with trees and stuff.
They had more furniture than Nneka's house.
That house is
had places to sit and everything. They didn't have to take their chairs upstairs.
Toilet work.
100 years ago, probably. So of course it would have some things. All right. So part 2 of this event. Kiana is her name. Kiana's there. This is, I guess we're gonna see her a lot more throughout. I was told that she may have even begun the confessional, but maybe it'll come later. I don't know. She's there. Gizelle arrives, and the moment Gizelle arrives, Mia and Nneka want to update her on what just happened between her and Karen with the secondhand invites. And Nneka chimes in because she did mention last week that she felt like it was that they were invited because Gizelle declined. So she's still mentioning that. I hope she really really stands in there at the reunion, because I'm sure it'll be brought up, and I'm sure Karen, if not, she probably will ask her about it. But then Gizelle comes in. Everybody's like, I've never seen so many people be so like happy to see Gizelle, right? But she speaks to everybody, and Wendy feels a way that Gizelle did not speak to her at her own event. So production tries to, work in Gizelle's favor for this moment by showing all these flashbacks where Wendy did not speak to Gizelle, but I was looking for the flashback where Wendy was at Gizelle's event and she didn't speak to her. But it didn't happen. So I was just like,
that was
right? Because I mean, do y'all think that's a difference? Do you think it's a difference?
Yeah, huge difference.
Okay,
there's differences there. There's matching energy, which is not the case. The energy is not being matched.
Yeah,
and there's the fact that Gizelle, if she hosts an event or hosts something, she doesn't invite Wendy. And she also literally just does not speak to Wendy. So why would Wendy speak back? Again,
yeah. I don't know what they were trying to do, but it didn't really work. At least not for me, because I'm like, okay, I get it. First, I was like, wait, but I'm like, okay, she's at her event, which brings me to my next point. Why was Gizelle there? Because Gizelle didn't want to ride on this Sprinter van to Surrey County with these 2 women, but she would rather be in the room with the 2 women she didn't want to be on the bus with, the man that drug her into a room and shut the door as she was yelling for help, and who else was in that damn who else was in that damn room, that event?
Well, Candace was supposed to be there, but she left.
Well, yeah. Basically, what's the difference between going on a Sprinter van with 2 women that you have an issue with versus being in the same room with those women at their event and with the man that drug you into a room and closed the door and made you feel uncomfortable? And I don't understand why Robin was there either. It's crazy. He's crazy because I feel like if it was different, if it was Robin or Gizelle's event, Wendy and Candace wouldn't have been there. I don't think they would have been there. Like somehow
they wouldn't have been invited.
But I'm glad that Wendy did this, because if this network ever has to make a choice about not getting along, icing people out, they can't say that Wendy was doing it. They can say that Wendy was still being inclusive and inviting everybody. So I think she played it smart.
It clearly was a production move that they had them there. But I just know what I don't understand when it comes to these shows, and this show like specifically, is that when are they able to dictate when they can and cannot come, and when they truly can and cannot disinvite somebody? It doesn't make sense to me.
Colors,
because seeing Robin there and because Gizelle, that just threw me off. I just knew that they were not going to be at this event. Not that I don't care that they're not, because they don't bring anything, but why were they there?
They also didn't bring anything, because you saw, I don't know if we're going to talk about it later, but you saw how Gizelle was like, I wasn't laughing.
Oh yeah, of course.
And they showed her laughing.
The event was probably mandatory. I agree, it probably was, but that's crazy. Like they make all events mandatory then, because it's like it makes it seem unfair to me, you know.
Like they're biased. It makes they're biased towards Gizelle and Robin.
They are, because they've been there the longest. And I don't understand this like OG thing. Like OG is, you've been there the longest, but that doesn't absolve you from anything because you're not more entertaining. You just stuck around longer, but that doesn't mean you're entertaining at all.
I'm just reading the comments. That's why I'm like, huh? I had to read that really quickly. It had to catch up with that. It took me. Did y'all have any thoughts? Did you have any thoughts on that?
Are you gonna go into what Gizelle said about Chris in the confession, or can I do that now?
About him gaining weight?
Yeah. I wanted to comment on that.
You can talk about it. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I couldn't believe she fixed her mouth to talk about somebody's weight. Gizelle and her swollen ankles and neck is 1 meal away from a hypertensive crisis. And it is, the double standard is crazy, because if Chris had made that comment about her in the confessional, it would have been, why is a man talking on a woman like this and all that? Like, it was so disgusting. Like, I really hate that woman. And I don't use the word hate lightly, but I really hate her. Like, she's just, she is really evil. Like,
Taylor just said Gizelle's obsessed with Chris because she's attracted to him. And I think so. I think Gizelle has always wanted a white man.
Yeah, I mean, she
found a spicy white, and Candace has him.
Yeah, it didn't. When I saw it, first of all, Gizelle was a whole hater, you know, in this whole scene. To continue this whole thing, like, I mean, obviously, you know, they find out they're going to be rolling up oregano and parsley, not actual weed. People were upset. I'm like, y'all, if you want to learn how to roll weed, you can still learn how to roll some damn weed. Even in this moment, I mean, it sounded like they wanted to smoke the weed. They wanted real weed, because I think that's a great idea. Hell, let me go get some oregano from upstairs and parsley and try to, because I don't know how to roll no. I don't use smoke.
And learn. That actually was smart. You could tell that lady know what she's doing. She was not wasting her buzz on them. She was not wasting her good weed on them.
Exactly. But in this moment, Wendy thanks everybody for coming and acknowledges this is the first time that the ladies have laughed and had a good time. And Gizelle makes it very clear that she did not laugh, although production show her laughing and having a good time. And this is how I know, I guess how somebody said production stepped in. I don't even think they wanted to be there, to be honest. And I hate that for Eddie and Wendy, because although it's just a filmed and televised event for the show, it's still a big moment for them. And you got these two hating ass literally at the table that don't want to be here. All right, can't even let the moment go and just be like, oh, like, ha ha ha, like, who is she? It ain't like she said it to herself or in confession. She said it out loud. Who was laughing? Gizelle is a, I almost said
but you know, this comment here, though,
is a dumpster. Gizelle is a dumpster. I'm gonna say that. She's a dumpster. I'm gonna leave it right there.
But this comment here, Cortez, she's so scared about her children's safety and all that, but she's still poking.
Yeah. She said last week, you know, which I thought was problematic. I said last week, remember, she said the reason why she didn't want to get on the bus was because she was, you know, protecting herself and her safety. So I'm like, what are you doing now? What are you doing now? I really feel like if she was truly unsafe, she would have made sure she could not and would not be at this event. Gizelle is full of shit. And she is full of shit, period. That's all it is. And I'm going to stand by that. Because she shouldn't even be at this event.
And her privilege is showing, because she can make all these remarks and still show up, still acting ass, and leave with her box of goodies and give it to Grace and Grace's man, who's also her man.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but I hate that for Wendy and Eddie, just because, like, who wants to have a hating asshole at your event? You don't want them there, you know? Who wants that? Who wants that? I mean, you know, it's great, but at the same time,
but you don't want them there. You don't.
Yeah. But whatever. I mean, Wendy was at her house one time, so I guess, you know, when duty calls to TV, you got to be there, right? But at the end of this, Nneka really quickly, Robin checks on Mia, and it's just like, how is she? And if I'm not mistaken, unless I heard wrong, Mia said that she wants to leave him, but he has nobody. He don't even have family. And I was just like, did she really just say that?
But she also said they're doing great.
Yeah, but she did she not say she wanted to leave him?
She said yes.
She said, I want to leave him. And I was like, oh,
That's why I said she wanted Karen to bring. She been waiting for somebody to bring that shit up. She has been. She want to get away from that man so bad.
She wanted it out there.
That she put it out there because won't nobody else bring it up.
It sounds like a setup because even Robin asking that question at that table at that event,
it didn't seem
Robin,
genuine.
It didn't even seem genuine. It seemed like it was like perfectly placed to where at that moment it's almost like we're starting to. It's almost like Mia is kind of wanting us to kind of. She's like, girl, she's like, follow me on this story, y'all, and the story's starting now because it's like it was just oddly placed. Why would we want to hear about Mia and Gordon at the Happy Eddie event? Like it doesn't make sense. I don't know. That's just me.
Mia not dumb. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
She has some bird brain, but she not dumb.
Yeah. And exactly. Brittany says how disrespectful for Mia to say that at a group. I mean, with the group after G leaves. That's just crazy. It's just was like, oh my God, Mia. Like like I said, I like Mia, but this is very weird.
It cringe.
Yeah. So do y'all have any final thoughts on the Happy Eddie event before we actually get to Mia and Gordon in their scene?
No. I think Ashley's really pissed because it was supposed to be a dig and they turned it into something profitable like Candy would have.
What you mean?
The Happy Eddie.
Oh yeah. You think she's mad? You think she wants some?
Yeah, because that's come off her friend Deborah. That's a big Sesame Street started it.
Well, Deborah makes her return soon. She's coming back, so we know she is coming. So.
And she was like, "Oh, Wendy's just hating on my ABCD clothing line."
ABCD, G&A.
Yeah. Good morning.
Wendy and Eddie got a business that people actually gonna shop from.
And they still need to open that Nigerian club. I ain't gonna lie.
I'll be up in that thing.
I'll come. I'm waiting for it. Do that next, please, Mr. Attorney.
Like Nene and them was.
Y'all would go. Y'all would go. I would. I would.
All right, so let's get to this next thing. So Mia and Gordon sit down. They're having their little date time, and then we find out that they're in therapy, working towards whatever. Now I will say, I mean, as I have said a million times, this channel right here was the first source for breaking the news that they were headed for divorce. You can check. You can go back. Was it August? Was it August or September? I think it was September. We broke that news before anybody even before Mia was talking about it, before the blogs was talking about it. So this is not new to me. We already knew. So
who told you, Mia?
No, I do. Mia does follow me, and Mia, she's a very great person, but she didn't tell me nothing. We don't have that kind of relationship at all. But yeah, my sources. So anyway, basically we find out that they have been having issues, obviously, since the whole losing the company and all that did happen last year. And it's crazy because when it happened, I feel like many of us felt like things were going to crumble down for them. But it's just because, she was very prideful about the amount of money she had and how she sat on the board and moved pamphlets, whatever she did, she was very happy with that job, right? She was. And so in this moment, she wants to remind him that, he had a huge role in being kicked off the board, which also got her kicked out of her pamphlet moving position. And so he was just like, he asked, what did he do? But I don't think he was told was that he wasn't listening. So he doesn't really, he doesn't really know what he did to really get kicked off. They said that, Gordon, you don't listen. And that's all he knows. Right. So then she talks about basically how he didn't know that she was trying to divorce him until he saw the receipts for whatever that process is. I don't know anything about divorce or really marriage either. But whatever that is and whatever his receipts was to initiate that process is how he found out.
It was the attorney's invoice.
Oh, and
he still had to pay for it.
Okay. Yes. And so that's how he found out. She thought he knew. He said, no, that's actually when I found out. And, basically she says that, well, listen, anyway, it wasn't because, of the money. It was because it was a hostile environment. He's just like, well, I never put my hands on you. He's like, well, I'm not really talking about that. It's not really about you physically hitting me, more so about, I guess, how they were to each other because of them losing money. Then she talks about how she talked to Ashley, and Ashley told her that she recently helped out Michael with something that he was going through, and she was like, she would never do that to a man that cheated on her or whatever. And she talks about their arrangement, and Gordon says that he doesn't believe that they're ever going to be divorced. Because why would she? Why would she get rid of her sugar daddy? And I'm like, ooh, is this y'all
Right.
pillow talk? This is
So
messy.
we will come to an agreement.
Okay, well, I mean, hey, Gordon may got some sense here. So outside of this, Gordon is just like, well, yeah, well, honestly, we would never be like that because we would come up with an arrangement. And what he basically alludes to is that he would come up with some kind of monetary value and keep her in the marriage, or they would stay married, they would figure it out, but they would not be divorced. And she says that's not the case because there's no amount of money that will keep her in something that she does not want to be in. And I said, liar.
Yes, it is. He just don't have it. So
I said, liar.
Prison.
He don't have it no more because that's exactly Asia. Because you was just fine and retained, and then when he lost that position, you started them pamphlets. Then things fell apart. It's crazy.
it's the pamphlets. It's killing me. It's killing me.
But that's what she was doing.
Did.
Season one. See, it's not season one. Her first season.
He moved it from the left to the right.
She moved that pamphlet from the left to the right of that table.
She has spread them out into a fan. Don't forget that it was an art to the pamphlet moving. Jesus,
that wasn't on purpose.
Yeah. Any thoughts on this whole scene? I ain't gonna lie, it was a bit too long for me. Of a scene. Listening to this whole thing because especially knowing what we know. It sounded almost like they were going through divorce, but they're actually not. It's like in this moment, they're trying to show to us that they're trying to work through it. But on one end, I see that Mia is already checked out because she's just there trying to save face. And she didn't already said the scene before this or whatever it was at the table that she wants to leave him. So it was kind of oddly placed. Maybe we should have seen this before. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree because we go from they at the Happy Eddie event, she says they're doing great. Then she says, I want to leave him because he don't have nobody, but he don't have nobody. Then we go to this where it was cringy for me because it felt awkward. I agree with that comment. It felt awkward because how you gonna tell me we're not getting divorced? If I want to get divorced, we're gonna get a divorce. That was creepy to me. It was creepy to me.
Very chaotic, no notes.
Very, very chaotic in the moment.
Very chaotic, so no notes.
Is there any monetary value that would keep you where you don't want to be or in a marriage?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And, in her interview with that guy that she's supposed to be messing with, he said that she was like he looked at her as a gold digger, right? He said those exact words. Listen, Mia, in the words of Jazz, Mia Hernandez, stop it.
I just love it because this is the kind of if I'm not gonna get luxury, give me some mess.
That's Please. True. Okay, Shantae said Mia said slavery is over, so Gordon would not keep her in captivity. That's true. She did basically say, "I won't be held nowhere I don't want to be. I don't care how much money you got." That's a lot.
Slaves also didn't get paid. So once again,
what I got was I know this man is broke. He about to go broke, and he probably gonna kill over sometime soon. So I need to get the hell out of here to find somebody that do got the money.
Because she gonna absorb that man debt.
Yeah.
Without her $500,000 a year salary.
Yeah, just saying. All right. If no final thoughts on that, we will get to Nneka's Unpacking Unfabulous event. I know, very much so. Where I love me, man, child. All right, let's get to Nneka's event. So at Nneka's event, everybody arrives, everybody gets there. Actually, I got this wrong early when I talked about Karen and attention. The tension was actually at this event. This is where Charisse was at because I don't think Charisse was at the other event. So my bad. I kind of confused the two scenes. When her coming,
she's forgettable.
Exactly. So Gizelle, everybody gets there. Just the girls are there. Everybody looks comfortable. They should be. They're about to unpack boxes. They're about to smell like U-Haul and Home Depot. So why would you not? I mean, I wouldn't came in anything to be looking out fabulous or anything like that, right? So Gizelle kicks things off by asking Kiana if Wendy is coming. When Kiana says it's no, and Nneka says we're used to the disrespect. So hey, she's very disrespectful. And I'm like, first of all, Gizelle, stop it, shut up. Nneka, stop it. basically she feels like if she was not going to come, because in the confessional when she says my assumption is that she is coming, I knew that Wendy was not coming. I could tell because we wouldn't have seen that. They basically wanted us to kind of lead us to believe that she was, but she didn't come.
She said
and so they move on past that. They kind of get over that. But quick thoughts on that. How y'all feel about Wendy not coming? Because
didn't she make that clear that she wasn't
Yeah.
coming because they skipped 20 steps? Wendy made it very clear she wasn't coming. I don't know what she was waiting on.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it specifically, Nneka and Wendy and the whole conversation, but she tried to extend the olive branch and say she wants to, start those steps and kind of, get to a good place with her, while also admitting that she has not apologized for calling her the B word, but she wants to get to the one-on-one, and that's when Wendy told her that she would take some time. Before we get to this part, actually, I'm gonna go back because we didn't talk about that. How did y'all feel about that? Do y'all feel like Wendy, her response was fair, or do you think it was like unfair in terms of like not trying to get over the issue? I've seen a lot of like back and forth online as far as like people saying Wendy should get over it, and some people saying like no, one, because I guess in as a as an African woman, or what's her culture? What's her culture? Nigerian, right? So as a Nigerian, I guess they say that it's really bad to call someone's mom a witch. And so that's one reason why they saying like people don't understand why Wendy is like not letting this go. But on one end, people are saying, well, she's on a reality TV show. So honestly, like we get that, but she needs to be able to move past it. What were y'all thoughts on that?
I mean, Wendy didn't say she wasn't willing. She said, let her think about it. She didn't flat out say no. I think Wendy's answer was fair. I think it would have been fake and phony for Wendy to just say sure and never follow through with it. So I appreciated Wendy's honesty.
Wendy is not being like Gizelle, which is like completely ignoring Nneka, which is that's what I like to see on the show. Wendy is still interacting with Nneka. Wendy is still inviting her, but she's also like staying within her boundaries. And how dare y'all try to take away her boundaries as a woman, as a Nigerian, and as an American named after a damn American restaurant? She can do what she want to do. She's still participating. So she's not being, when they try to compare it to Gizelle, it's not the same, because Wendy will go walk away and actually talk to Nneka. But she still, what is whatchamacallit say, putting 10 on 20 or 20 on whatever. She's still standing her ground and saying like, no, steps are skipped. We can talk, but I even have to think about that. But we can be around each other. I'm just not going to unpack dusty 2-year-old boxes at your house.
And not just that, but I think Nneka almost also missed an opportunity. When Wendy said to her, you haven't even apologized for the bitch comment, instead of Nneka going back and forth, or Nneka could have apologized right then and there for that. In the moment, she could have said, you're right, and I am sorry about that. But she just said, well, that's with the attitude. Well, that's what I want to talk about. That's obviously part of it. Like it was more attitude. So it's just like,
it's not.
She came in so hot. Nneka came in so hot. Like I said, how I would have framed it, I would have been a little bit more joking. Like, girl, your mama tried to put a spell on me like she Harry Potter. What was up with that? I would have called her a wizard, and I would not have called her a witch, and we would have been able to laugh about it. But you're literally like disrespected this lady.
Mm-hmm. And this comment also is true. A group event at a public place or business is a lot different than me going to your house. We're not there yet, bitch. Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's fair, especially to come help. Like, why would I want to come to your house and help you do something for your house? Like, girl, what? No.
And ain't even
next thing you say is, when something fall and break at your house, is because I was there and I left.
Personally, I wouldn't even want somebody that I'm like kind of having issues with to be in my house and it's not ready, because they can read me. I mean, hello, that's what I'm gonna do. You invite me to your house and we had a little issue. We ain't got it together, and I see that you ain't got no sink, no stove, no toilet handle, no damn broom or dustpan. I'm gonna read you. Yeah, I'm gonna wait to make that because we still got an issue. I'm just saying, why would she want somebody?
That's how Wendy got Gizelle. Jealous of this.
Right. I mean, Wendy would have definitely had a field day with that house.
Oh, yeah.
And she probably will. I feel like I didn't see many comments about that house, but we will hear about it at this reunion. I'm just saying. Yeah. Lebby. So wait, Lebby was there, right? Was she not there? Was she there? That's another thing that I was like, this would have not been good, actually. That made me think. I'm glad you mentioned that, Sam, because I forgot that made me think that this may have been a setup.
It 100%.
And I think Wendy may have caught wind of it, or just kind of been like, I don't know. Maybe she just got lucky, but that would have been a setup. So I don't think personally that it's genuine for Nneka to really try to befriend her or anything like that. I think what we see from her is how she really feels about Wendy and stuff like that. And I think that's it. I'm glad that Wendy is doing that, is catching that and not moving forward with them, because she's not doing a Gizelle. She's not acting like the girl is disgusting and she's unsafe. She's just not choosing to be good with her, and that is okay. I think that's more realistic than just completely acting like a person doesn't exist.
It's just basic boundaries, to be honest. And I think a lot of people aren't used to people asserting their boundaries because it's themselves.
Yeah. All right, so we fast forward back to the Unpacking Unfabulous event. After we talk about Wendy and her not being there, we talked about that. They start to, unboxing. They start to unbox where they're going to unbox like the wedding gifts, and literally these boxes are like from Crates and Barrel, whatever that place is called. Gizelle makes a comment and she's like, Karen, you look so refreshed. And Karen is like, girl, get to the point. Like, what are you saying? She's like, well, are you and Mia good? And Mia, kind of starts talking, and she starts talking about the invite, saying that Karen was mad about the invite. And Karen was like, no, it's not about that. She tries to get out that I brought you into this group, but she's not able to get it out because they kind of go back and forth. And so they stop, they go over and eat. And Mia is again telling Gizelle what Karen is upset over. And Karen hears it. She comes in and she's like, well, you called me a trick. And she was like, well, it takes a trick to know a trick. And she's making a dig at her about the tea that actually got them to not be friends, because this is what, this is why Karen would not hug her and things like that. She feels kind of like keeping her at distance because of the stuff that she said last season at the finale.
Mm-hmm.
So Karen was like, well, listen, I could have did this. I could have brought up a rumor, the rumor about you, meeting up with a rapper and sleeping with a married man. And the girls are like, ooh, kind of gagging or whatever. Mia says, well, listen, you only heard that once, and I've heard these things about you, the things we talked about from you, multiple times. She's like, no, actually, I heard it many times. And I feel like Karen was looking for somebody to be like, I heard it, but Gizelle was like, I ain't never heard that.
I thought I heard Ashley say she never heard it before, and Robin said they ain't hear it either.
Yeah, well, they did, but Gizelle was loud about it, and Gizelle, they probably did hear about it, because it's a coincidence that they actually heard the stuff about everybody else, about Eddie 2 years ago, about all these things. So I'm sure they heard it. It's only a few blogs that they actually go to. Clearly, they don't come to the right blog, so they ain't hearing the right stuff. So whatever. But basically from there, Mia, she denies that she met up with a rapper. But she says, because he's not an actual rapper. And it bleeped it out. Gizelle said Lil Uzi Vert. I don't know if y'all caught that, but I did, because on Peacock, it had my captions on. I'm not saying that's the rapper, but that's what she said. It was like, beep, 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 beep. But I don't know why.
I'm trying to figure out what she was saying, because it bleeped out.
That's what the TV said on my screen, the caption. So go back to Peacock and watch it, and maybe y'all see it too, but I saw that. But she said, he's not a rapper, which he's not a rapper. And she mentions that, it's just a rumor. And the girls are like, oh, okay, so it's not a rapper. So Karen lying. I'm like, okay, so Karen is like, listen, we got to stop with these rumor things, which I think is true, because I mean, this particular franchise does bring a lot of rumors to the show. A lot. I mean, they all do it on all of them, but they all, it's always about husbands and marriages. It's never anything else. It's always the same thing. So outside of that, the scene kind of ends there, with that moment as they get ready to play the game. But any thoughts on anything between Mia and Karen, and just kind of how this escalated, how Mia called out Karen for whatever, because it didn't seem like Mia was embarrassed. She didn't really care. Because maybe, I'm pretty sure it's probably true. Both of them.
When you said that you could tell Mia wanted it out there, this scene proved it. Mia was ready. She spit it out like she didn't stutter. She wasn't afraid. She probably is inside was saying, thank you, Karen.
Mm-hmm. She was like, ooh, relief. Now I can talk about it. That's why she said, oh, he's not a rapper. So you are confirming that there is a man that you are out here.
We know who the guy is. It's the guy that had the interview.
Yeah,
he's a DJ.
But I'm just saying, back then when they were filming it, she had already been messing with him. She already knew what she was doing. So she's setting this whole season up to get it out there. She's ahead of the game. And this is the time she was like, "Oh, it's out now. I could go act the damn fool and become friends with Jacqueline again."
Asia, y'all are bringing money in, baby.
Okay, hold on. Shout out to Dream and Love. They said your earrings are popping.
Yeah.
Do I have to bring some? You gonna bring some to the cabin?
Yeah, you know what? These probably the most expensive earrings I've ever bought too, and it's paying off.
Well, bring me some to the cabin so we can all have earring night.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's something we should do.
That we are not doing that.
Are they stars or is it Happy Eddie? Are these Happy Eddie earrings or are they star earrings?
I don't know. You tell me. You wear them. But yeah, that's how the scene kind of ends. I mean, she does say that Gordon was there when she was with the rapper, alleged rapper, but Karen is like, and the married man. It's trying to, bring light to it. And it looks like Karen was right because, like you said, it wasn't a rapper, it was another man. And I think when this story first came out a while ago, it was assumed to be a rapper as well, but it actually out it was a DJ. And that
he's a DJ, right?
Yeah, that seems to be why everything is so perfectly placed too, in terms of like how she's now coming out about it, the interviews coming out, because now the episodes are airing. So this was all planned. I mean, it just was. Look at how
she's not stupid. I gotta give it to her. She's not stupid.
Yeah, no, it's not.
When it comes to maneuvering in the streets, she's very smart.
Not Starry Eddie. I know that's right. All right, so then the last scene was actually quite silly. They play a game. And it was like these questions, and so the first one was like, anybody ever paid for the D? I don't think anybody raised their hand. Did I miss it?
They raised Sharice's hand for her.
Yeah, they said they felt like Sharice would because she like been been divorced for a while, or
old sweaty maid,
and got money and don't care what she do with it.
What they said was Sharice probably needs to pay for it, which is also problematic. And then it was never have I ever is what it was. I'm sorry. So it was never have I ever paid for the D. They did that. The next one was never have I ever had a screenshot of my friend's picture and family saved to my camera roll. And when that came out, I said, oh my God, because literally last week I had just told Antonio that this is going to be a thing. I knew when Robin said that last week that she was going to bring this back up. And I mean, why wouldn't you, right? It could actually come out to be a funny type storyline. So Robin explains, because at this moment, everybody's confused. Karen is like, huh? She don't really know what's going on. Robin explains, and Karen doesn't deny. And she was just like, well, I probably did. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but maybe I like I like the picture. I happen to like your family, your mama and daddy more than I like you. So maybe I did save the picture. And I was just like, her, what? It was hilarious. But then we find out that she has a Robin Dixon folder. And she doesn't deny it. I'm like, what? I'm like, Karen, what is this? Is this a folder where you just like save bad pictures of her? Do you mean? I'm just curious to know what's in this folder. I don't know. Amanda, you're right. It was years later. Honestly, I'm sure Karen has had 3 or 4 phones since then, so she probably don't really remember. But that's why she didn't deny it. But yeah, that's kind of where the scene ends. Is that the event ends. I guess they finished unpacking the Crate and Barrel boxes and the gift cards and stuff like that. I would be really upset if I was Tasha, because Natasha, whoever the person that they opened, they kind of read her for her TV. And why are you holding marriage gifts 2 years later? I don't understand. But any thoughts on this whole thing about never have I ever, the friends, having the family and Robin's picture in her phone and having a Robin Dixon folder? Because I thought the only person that would have had a Robin Dixon folder would be TKC, but it sounds like it's not. It sounds like Karen may have beat him to it. So, Asia, any thoughts?
I think Karen's comeback was great because, like, if you sit there and deny it, it doesn't even matter because they're going to be like, you're lying. So her just being like, well, I'll own it if I did it. Don't care. I like your mom and I like your dad. I just don't like you. I thought that was cute and funny and very Karen, and that's why she can stay.
Okay. Danny?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Asia. I love that Karen owned it. Said I got a folder on all your asses. So I mean, she got sheets. Karen is ready for it. She has to pull out receipts, timelines, screenshots, evidence. She is ready for the
Monique got a binder,
so,
so why can't
and
Karen have a binder?
what I do think the hypocritical thing was that they're gonna act if there's not pictures of Karen and Ray and their phones for the same exact reason.
Hmm. So you think? Wait. Say the last word again. You say you think
I
that?
said they're gonna act like it's not pictures of Karen and Ray in their phone for the same exact reason, like for shade or like to gather up. Like they got pictures of them in their phones too.
Yeah, probably so.
The blue eye. Somebody put it in the comments. Robin had that picture of Karen and blue eyes in her phone.
That's true. She probably kept it. So the moment Karen found out about the woman from in Georgetown that looks like her, she was like, "I'm keeping a picture because I need to make sure this is helpful." I mean, I would do
She
that
was
too.
gonna cut Robin's face out and put hers over it next to one.
Let me find out Karen got a whole burn book. I don't know, child.
So who really got the shrine? Is it Wendy Mama or is
Clearly, it's Karen. If Karen has a Robin shrine, I'm weak.
Karen might have took that picture to give to Wendy Mama.
She'd probably be the one doing voodoo. She'd probably be like, "I call upon the spirit of I don't want to conjure anything up, so I ain't gonna keep talking.
You ain't gonna finish the spell.
No, I'm not gonna finish the spell.
There's some wizards around here, baby. Harry Potter is not fiction. I don't care what nobody say.
I put the link in the chat for a few callers. We've come to the end of our recap. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. Honestly, it was pretty entertaining. It had some moments. Next week, it looks like Wendy and Nneka have their sit down, but it looks like Wendy gets up and walks out. So I don't think it's going to go well. No. But we also hear about the upcoming trip to DR for their cast trip. I really wish they would go somewhere else. I'm kind of tired of them going to all these tropical places. But I don't know if their budget is giving all that because they were in Austin playing with chicken poop. So I don't know. With that being said, I'll go ahead and get our first caller on. Before I do, make sure y'all hit that like button. We're gonna be here every Monday, obviously, till the season ends.
We off next Monday.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Yes, we are off next Monday because next Sunday there's no episode of Potomac or Married to Medicine. It's because of the Super Bowl. We gotta all watch Usher and support Usher and make sure he's probably one of the top viewed performances
and
next
Taylor.
to Rihanna. Next to forget Taylor. Taylor, which was Taylor? Taylor Swift?
Yes.
My God, today.
All Your right. Girl did not even acknowledge Celine Dion last night. Don't do that.
Okay. She's on my girl. Said I like her. I like her. She's fine.
I'm glad you like her. Now,
all right, Lisa? It's been real.
How you doing, Lisa?
I'm doing great, being 50 and fabulous, baby. What's up?
Hey, all right. Well, it ain't belated. Yeah. Your birthday. How you feel to be 50?
Good, because I don't look it, baby. Thank God for Oliver Lay. Okay. Yes. Yes, let's get into it. I'm just y'all know people don't be listening to me. I've been told y'all Mill was a trick and a hoe at the same damn time. I told y'all this man was not gonna last, baby. Did I not tell you that, baby dog? You sitting on the D for the money. See, that's how they got those invoices. That's why they fired Gordon. Because see, the family found out because behind his back, she was seeking out divorce lawyers, and she was using, if I'm thinking I heard him right, she was using the company funds. And that was happening. And they kept kind of telling him he didn't want to listen.
We're going to put allegedly on the screen because we don't know if it's true.
Okay, allegedly. Okay, but we all know that what happened. Okay, but I did like that. Okay, I did. We all know. You know what I'm saying? Okay, allegedly. But then let's go on, baby. And then she spilled Ashley tea. That was none of your business. Tell Ashley tea like that. She just throw Ashley on the bus, and said sugar daddy. But it ain't like Gordon ain't telling the truth though. Her sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying? Why would you ever leave a sugar daddy? If you know you ain't came for no money, you ain't got no money to back it up. Stay with your sugar daddy, get your vibrator, and keep it moving. Okay, stay with your sugar daddy. And keep buying no Max bags and whatever, cause I wouldn't do. That's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying with my sugar daddy. Okay, I'm gonna take care of you. Okay, I'm gonna make sure we put you where you at. Huh?
He out of sugar. He out of money.
Well, a lot of sugar then, baby. I'm just saying, baby, that you don't leave your sugar daddy. That's what the problem is. But nobody ass ain't trying to leave that man child. That girl don't want to end like her mama. She don't want her no boys to end up with the bridge, living in the tent. She ain't trying to do all that. We ain't trying to do all that. No, no, no. I don't blame Ashley. Yeah, I must stay with my sugar daddy. And we gonna help we gonna do this, right. Okay? And she ain't gonna be like me or nah. That y'all know the meal man that man for that money. She was on the dick for the money. Okay, come on now. That's all it was. And the money gone now. The family said, be gone. Be gone, W. Okay? We tired of you, okay? We tired of you, okay? And I'm tired of her too. I've been told y'all that from the first time she got on the show. I knew this was coming, okay? I knew it was coming. And Gizelle needs to sit down somewhere, hun Robin. Your production told them get y'all tail to that thing, or y'all gonna soon be fired. They got to. I'm after this year. Somebody got to say something about Gizelle. Okay, she got to be fired from the show. Okay, I am not. I'm like her and Heather are getting on my nerve with these lies, and somebody got to tell Bravo or the exec producers of these shows. Don't come on here lying. If you come on here lying about people, family, you got to be fired. It's too much lying. Too much lying. I used to laugh at Giselle, but I'm not laughing no more. As she did what she did to Chris and Happy Eddie. You know what I'm saying? And like I said once before, that's why Cam got mad. Cam said, "You still talking about that stuff? About the invite? It's over with. You told me how you feel. You said you ain't no second thing, but you like, I'm glad, but she called Kevin a dog, and Kevin got right on say, yeah, you is the trick. Because you are the trick. Okay? Okay, you are the trick. You know what I'm saying? So I don't blame Kevin. Kevin said, yeah, you want to talk about me? Let's talk about the married man and the so-called rapper you with. Okay? I ain't say nothing about that. I didn't bring your business up, but you sure did. Whatever Kevin doing in the background. So, you know what I'm saying? And Whitney's got every reason to be in her feelings toward Nneka, because let me tell you something. You disrespect my mama, it's all out war. And I'm gonna tell you where I come from, she would have got a beat down.
Okay.
I'm not a violent person, I'm a lover. She would have got a beat down. And the second thing of it is, that's two different houses. Because hold on. Let me tell you about the house. That's a lock box. The last episode was a lock box. It was a lock box on the beginning of this episode. And then on this episode, this the end of this, they were no lock box.
Okay.
She ain't no witch girl. She lying.
Okay.
She lying. Okay. Love you, boo.
All right. Thank you, Lisa. You got another call.
Love you.
All right. Love you too.
Bye, Lisa.
All right. Our next caller is going to be wait a minute. Shells. Hey, Shells. Is that right?
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. It's
Shells.
what was that?
You look great. This picture is
Oh,
really.
thank you, Tez. Thank you. Yeah,
How are you?
that's the old picture. It's like Thanksgiving. I'm good. Hi, Tez, Danny, Asia. Hey, y'all. So sorry, I'm like a little nervous, but because I think it's like my first time calling in.
It's your first time?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome. I was like, I don't think I know another Shells, but I didn't know. I was like, it's the first time. So welcome to the lean. How are you? What you got for us today?
I'm good. And I'm sorry, it's not Shells, but it's Chelsea. I thought I had the
Shells?
I.
Okay.
I thought it's CHELSI. I thought I had my I there.
That's fine.
But
That's a cute way to start.
Thank you. So, I just found you guys like not too long ago, and not a lot of my friends watch Bravo. I got my boyfriend kind of watching it because it's just what I watch, and it's just funny. But I love your guys' recaps, and like I feel what you guys be saying. There's other people on here too. Like you guys come on at different times, and I think some of you guys are like East Coast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most everybody's East Coast with the exception of
okay.
me. Everybody else is on the East Coast.
Okay, I'm in Cali. So like
Yeah, I'm
sometimes like
Cali.
I'm in Cali. So sometimes like you guys will recap and I'm like, no, it's too early yet. I don't know. I don't want to know what's going on.
Okay. The old
Yeah.
like the shows like Beverly Hills where we go live right because I watch it at 5 o'clock. But what you got about the episode though? Because we got a few more calls in
Okay.
the
Let me get to it. Sorry, you guys. So yes, okay. So let's talk about Gizelle and Robin. So not much to say, but besides, like they just have to go, right? Everyone knows like they don't give. I feel like the cast did not go after Robin like they should have. I feel like their little core four went after Robin. Like, production probably talked to Gizelle and was like, you need to be the one to talk to Robin. But to me, I don't feel like they went after her enough. Gizelle, if she's not going to go, make her a friend of. She's not married. Why is she the star? That's a whole nother subject, but she's pretty, but her spirit is ugly. And I'm just tired of her being on the screen. Wendy, I was a little disappointed that she didn't come, but you guys reminded me that the previous episode, she said she wasn't coming. So I don't know why everyone was confused. I was like, okay, that makes sense. Ashley, I can't stand. I'm starting to just like really can't stand Ashley either. I think her storyline is played out. I don't think she's gonna divorce Michael. I watched her on Watch What Happens Live. She's just playing the fiddle, like everyone's saying. She's not gonna get rid of her sugar daddy. Mia, it is what it is with Mia. I don't think she's going anywhere. Um, I'm not surprised with her divorcing. What's her husband's name? Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Gordon? Gordon? Yeah, it's Gordon. I'm not surprised that they're divorcing and Gordon's getting his karma. But I know that Mia's karma is also coming, which I'm kind of like, Mia, be careful the way you move. But I think Mia is just, she's about that money, so she really doesn't care. And Karen, I love Karen. Love her. And Candace, I like Candace. She has eased on me, but she has a mouth on her that's like lethal, that no one, I don't think on that crew besides a few of them can like match that. I mean, Ashley kind of can, but the way she got at Gizelle the last, was it, the reunions when she gets at her, just the whiplashing, and Gizelle doesn't do anything. She doesn't even get at the banter, or like whatever she says. And we're just tired of her. I don't know how she has a fan base. GNA, y'all, I seen it. They got like 1,000 followers, I think, when I was seeing it. It's terrible. Okay. It's like, it's just bad. So, but I think that's all I have to say. I don't have to say much, but love you guys. And I love that I can look forward to listening to y'all's recaps. Like everybody is hilarious. The other people on here too are hilarious. So yeah,
we are
thank y'all.
Huge family, and I know, like I said, you're on the West Coast, so myself and Love are on the West Coast, so I know what you mean, but I am able to somehow watch the episodes earlier, and so that's why like some of the shows we go live. It's early, it hasn't aired here for some the providers, but I know what you are. You in LA or where are you?
I'm in Sacramento.
Okay, I used to live over there.
I'm up north. Yeah, I just don't have DirecTV. My parents got it. They would be able to watch it, but I got Xfinity, so it just turns on. But that's besides the point. You guys, the recaps are super funny. You guys are hilarious, like hilarious, everybody. So
thank you.
I just had to let y'all know that, like, there's people out there. We appreciate y'all, okay, and I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all. It's giving we got y'all, like from
yes. So I'm happy that I could finally call in. So you guys have a good night.
You have a good night. Thank you, Chelsea.
Bye.
All right. Our next caller is going to be Brittany. Hey, Brittany. How are you?
Hi, Brittany.
Brittany. We don't hear you, Brittany. And we usually hear you. Brittany. Okay, we're going to let Brittany go. When she get that together,
Brittany back there so long, she probably ran to go do something.
Okay. It's okay. Hey, D. How are you?
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Hey, so I'm calling from Germany. Hello.
That's right. I've never been to Germany. How is it over there?
Germany is beautiful. You should visit sometime.
I'm coming. Are you from there?
I grew up in Germany. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the. Is this your first time calling in?
This is my first time calling in. Yes.
We love it. We love our returning callers. We love our new callers. We love all of our callers. So, in regards to Potomac, what you got for us? How you feel about the episode?
So I have a theory when it comes to Gordon, and this is just my personal opinion. It's not factual. It's all alleged. So my personal opinion is that Gordon is playing Mia, He found out something, and he is pretending to be broke. I feel like it's something that was planned with him and his family just to ice Mia out, to make sure he can divorce her, so that she thinks that he doesn't have any money, so she can get nothing, and then he will be reinstated back into the company and everything. So that is my personal theory, because he seems way too relaxed and like he's not worried about anything. Like he seems even happier this season than the past few seasons. So
let me say this real quick. So about that, so as I mentioned earlier, the lean here, we were the channel that broke the news about that their upcoming divorce or whatever, separation. Yeah. In that news breaking, it was mentioned from me that he actually did not want the divorce. He was actually trying to keep Mia. So that's a good theory, but I think based off of what I may have heard, I think he actually did not want. He doesn't want to. And even in this episode, it kind of showed, you know, in that scene where he was talking about, you know, like ways to keep her in this arrangement. I don't know. I feel like he wants that kind of that security because he knows, obviously, at this point, at a certain age, not saying it's, you can't find love, but I mean, realistically, you know, who would want to be divorced at 95? How old he is, I don't know. But that's good theory. Good theory. I see what you mean, but I wanted to interject that.
And then just to Nneka, she always has a big mouth when Wendy's not around, but when she's directly talking to Wendy, she seems so nervous and anxious and scared. So yeah, she can just go. She's not entertaining to watch. She's yeah, that's it. I don't have much more, but I love you guys. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Auf Wiedersehen, if I said it right.
Auf Wiedersehen, yeah.
Oh, no, that's right.
Okay, Danny.
Hey, Danny.
Okay.
I can't even speak Spanish. Look at you.
All right, you guys have a good night.
Thank you for calling, OKG.
I'll see Daisy D.
Bye.
Not y'all. I want to learn something too.
I just learned it from Danny.
Okay, so I think Brittany's back. Brittany, are you there?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you fine now.
Oh, good.
How are you?
Oh, I'm good. How are you guys?
We're doing good. It's Monday. You know, we alive and stuff. What you got for us?
So, just like it was announced yesterday that Candy won't be returning to Atlanta, and Andy honestly gave a really good kind of speech about her and basically admitted that at Housewives of Atlanta, they're at a crossroads right now. Potomac needs to join that list because so many of them, they're not going to give us anything else. Gizelle, she was never my favorite, but this episode, she was just like nails on a chalkboard to watch. It's the same thing over and over again. They start off with all of them complaining about Karen's invite, so I'm guessing we're going to get the same arc of everybody being mad at Karen for some strange reason that nobody understands, like this invite is not a thing. Then she goes to Wendy's event and is rude for no reason. Their problems are not that deep. Karen has read Gizelle 10 times worse than Wendy has, and she can still talk to her, so I don't get where the anger is coming from. Same thing with Robin. I don't even remember why Robin's mad at Wendy either, especially since she's the one who pulled out a phone when Wendy had a drink in her face. So Robin's anger doesn't make sense either. The comments about Chris were just nasty, and it's not even about the body shaming. It's about, you spent all season talking about this man. He told you at the reunion how much your comments affected his life. Now he's here. He's not even talking to you, looking in your direction. He's leaving you alone, and you still can't leave him alone. You know? And then when Candace responds to her, she wants to talk about worrying about her safety. It's like she stops the show from being good because she holds on to anger for problems that she starts, but she also doesn't engage to have like a good back and forth. So why is she here? Like, I just don't understand what her point is. And then in the preview, she's trying to call Nneka the Grand Dame, and it's like, again with this, last season you said it was Charisse, and now it's Nneka because you're trying to probably start issues between Nneka and Karen. It's just the same thing with her, and this season is just bad. Like, nothing has happened, nothing has changed, and Nneka hasn't changed the dynamics either. So I just don't get what we're doing anymore. And apparently Robin is the host for this trip, so it's going to be cheap too. So I just don't get it.
The ER.
That is crazy.
Yeah, in the preview, Robin apparently invited everybody at Nneka's thing. So it's Robin's trip. So like, it's not going to be good.
Robin planning a trip is so boring. I mean, who would really like? No, I'm sorry. I was young. That was actually a genuine yawn. I didn't mean to yawn because I was talking about Robin, but it was perfectly placed.
And it felt very real. It felt very genuine.
I'm so tired of that name. But I didn't know that was her trip. Yeah. I do foresee a Karen and Nneka thing. I don't know. I think there's gonna be something between them two at the reunion. I feel it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just me.
And I do feel like when it comes to Wendy and Nneka, like Wendy isn't engaging with Nneka because of a production thing, right? The whole thing about Nneka trying to get on the show through her, Wendy said no, chose her friend, Kiana, I think her name is, instead. I feel like a lot of Wendy's problem is, okay, I already told y'all, and now you guys are still trying to force her on the show, technically through me. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like there's something else going on than just her just not wanting to talk to Nneka. I feel like she's kind of pushing back against production in a certain way, but I guess we'll see.
But quick question: How did you feel about Gizelle being at that event? I mean, obviously production, but the fact that she didn't want to be on the bus with them last week, but will come to the event with two people possibly, and then the man that drug her into a room and closed the door, because that's what she said.
Right. I didn't mind her being there because she should, but it's her attitude that made it a problem. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's customary for someone to throw an event and all the housewives be there, but it's like, if you're going to go and you know that you have to be there, then change your attitude. Like, what's the nastiness for? Like, nobody's even doing anything to you is the thing. So it's more so her attendance makes sense, but it's her as an individual and what she does with her being there is a problem, which is why to me she's a bad housewife. A good housewife would still go, and if you're going to start something with Wendy, you're probably going to make that a scene. You know what I mean? But it's like all of her comments about Wendy or Can are always in her confessionals. So she never gives the opportunity for them to have like an entertaining back and forth, which I have to give credit to Karen. Karen is good at that. She may not like Robin or even Mia right now, but she's always going to engage. You know what I mean? Give us a scene. Yeah. That's what Gizelle should be doing. So that's kind of my issue with it.
Okay. That's fair. You have anything else for us before we leave now?
It's just the season sucks, but I appreciate you guys for continuing to entertain us with this boring content because you guys are great.
We appreciate it. We try our best because it has not been a great season. I would say probably one of the worst seasons of all.
Yes,
I would put this as
definitely.
We try to make the recap more entertaining than the show.
Usually that's how it is. Our shows be here and their shows be there, but
Yes.
So make sure you like.
But thank you guys.
Right. So make sure you like and subscribe. All right. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you guys.
All right. Thank you to all of our callers. Thank you to Brittany, Dee, Chelsea, and Lisa for calling in. We really appreciate it. As I always say, love all of our callers, whether it's returning callers, new callers. I can always kind of spot, new callers because I just know, this is our thing. So we here every week. We see y'all. So I could kind of tell. So we appreciate y'all for calling in. And you feel free to get on camera too. Want to see some faces. We know y'all look beautiful, as good as us, maybe even better. So get on camera too. But nonetheless, even if you call in with audio, you don't have to. I know I get a lot of people saying like, can they come? Do they have to get on camera? You don't have to. You can call in, give your audio. You can get on camera. It's up to you. Whatever you're comfortable doing. We're going to be respectful, and the people in the chat will be as well, because that's one thing about us in our communities. We're respectful over here. And if they're not, then they have to go, because a lot of them have been kicked out. All right, y'all. We're going to get out of here. Tomorrow, Married to Medicine. Wednesday is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. That finale is coming up soon, as well as Miami. I think Beverly Hills and Miami ending pretty soon. The Married to Medicine reunion was filmed, right? Was it filmed? Am I right?
Yes, it was. It was.
Well,
Yeah, because Andy says Simone was yelling at his ear the whole time.
So I think we'll be getting some reunion looks soon from them in Miami, and I think they all have been filmed, child. All these seasons are coming to an end. It's been a really crazy time of Housewives, but we're almost at the end of this crazy little season spat of Housewives. So bear with us, like this video, subscribe, check out all of our other recaps and reviews that we have every week, live at 8:30 Eastern. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you, Danny. Thank you, Asia. And y'all have a good night, okay?
Good night.